Film Fanatics. From the silver screen to your earphones with Alan Azulay and Gal Balaban.
Welcome back.
Go for it.
Welcome back to Film Fanatics. And we are here talking about the movies that get us obsessed, excited, and inspired. And I'm Gal.
And I'm Alan.
Joining us today is David Taylor from Ultimate Movie Account, who I've known on Instagram for years now. And he's got one of the most admirable and awesome movie pages on the entire platform. And fun fact, like us, he's a Christopher Nolan stan forever. So, David, how's it going?
Yeah, that's a great intro. All true.
That was great at that.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm doing well. Besides, we're gonna talk about it in a bit, I'm sure.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, I'm stressed about that too.
I think I know what it is.
But welcome to the show, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. It's great to be here, and I hope I'm a good guest, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a while in the making, and I could tell that you're prepared with the posters in the back to talk about a phenomenal filmmaker.
Oh, right. I even have that one too. I forgot.
So we do have to talk about the Oscars nominations. They just came out, and let's just say they're not great. But anyway, let's talk about it.
Somewhat great.
So
depending where.
Exactly. So I'm gonna bring up some graphics for us to talk about it first, and then we can just talk about other things. So let's start with supporting actress.
I have no complaints here.
We have Angela Bassett for Wakanda Forever, Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, Hong Chau for The Whale, and Stephanie Hsu also from Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, David, what did you think about this particular setup?
It was kind of predictable, this category, for sure. I don't know. I was just never, I guess I get Angela Bassett getting nominated, but it wasn't, I wasn't blown away by her performance or anything. And I have a thing, I guess, against Everything Everywhere All at Once all of a sudden. But just to have two of the supporting performances in that category, it's just, I couldn't find anything else, I don't know. But
don't worry, you have my support here.
Really, I'm the opposite. I have no complaints here. I think these are all wonderful. Yeah, like this is the strongest one of the acting categories, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, Stephanie Hsu was great, but I think maybe she was the sixth. I don't know if I would put her in the top.
I think she stole the movie.
The top five. No, I think that's totally Michelle Yeoh's thing, and maybe Ki Ho Chang. Okay, so this one was the least contentious online. So let's go to the next one. Supporting actor. Do you want to read them out, Gal?
Yeah, Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan, both for Banshees of Inisherin. Ki Huy Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway. And Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans.
Which
not Paul Dano.
I predicted on the show that this would happen.
You predicted that one, nice.
I did not predict Brian Tyree Henry though.
I thought he was gonna be like 6 or 7.
I can't comment on that.
If anything, I'm just happy for him because he's like one of my favorite performers who have like come into his status around his time. He's just become huge the last couple of years, and I'm always rooting for him. And I saw Causeway at the world premiere at TIFF, so I'm always happy for him, even if Paul Dano should have gotten in for sure for The Fabelmans.
Yeah, he was great in Causeway. I saw Causeway like on the plane, I think, but at least it wasn't my computer screen, so it wasn't a bad screen. Yeah.
The way Apple wants you to.
Exactly. I saw it on Apple TV on my Apple computer. So he was great, and I'm happy for him because I am a fan of his work as well. But yeah, I'm not like the other ones. I also don't have that much of a problem with. I think it's a good category, and I think it's pretty obvious that Ke Huy Kwan is gonna win this one, right?
It's obvious who the winner is, and Judd Hirsch, it's definitely kind of like a oddball choice, but
I still can't believe I predicted that.
category. Yeah.
The last one, I don't think we predicted winners. Do you guys have any predictions for that one?
Right now, it's looking like Angela Bassett.
I think so too.
I would say Angela too. Maybe Carrie would be the second, top choice, but
For sure, I think we're all in agreement, right?
Yes, for second choice. It depends on what happens at the SAG.
likes to throw, just some wild,
Yeah.
win.
This is the exact same.
Stephanie and Vinny would win.
This is the exact same lineup at the SAG. So we'll have to see what happens there.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Angela is like the number one contender right
I think
now.
she has a strong narrative too.
Yeah. So the third one we're looking for here, and thank you for Variety for posting this on their social media and making my life way easier. So let's talk about lead actor. Austin Butler for Elvis, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for Aftersun, Bill Nighy for Living, and Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin. David, what do you think about this lineup?
A solid lineup. I do like that Paul Mescal made it in. Bill Nighy, I haven't seen the movie, but I love him to death. So
I just saw it. He's great. The movie's okay in my opinion, but he's amazing in it.
I haven't seen Living or Aftersun yet. Aftersun I'm seeing probably like in the next 2 weeks. But Living I haven't seen yet, and I don't know where I could watch it here in Israel. Are they playing in theaters?
Not yet, like in February.
the majority, I believe, it would just be available online somehow.
Yeah.
And but I'm
Austin Butler.
Yeah, Austin Butler was always gonna get this nom.
For sure.
But I'm happy that, again, like you, I'm a huge Bill Nighy fan, so I'm so glad that he made it in. And it's definitely for the career, because I also don't see a lot of buzz for this movie in
It
general.
was nominated for screenplay.
But yeah, so who I want to win is Colin. I think yeah.
right now, if I had to say, it looks like Colin Farrell's gonna win. But I don't know. It could be between Butler or Fraser, too.
Yeah, the three of them, I think, are the three front runners, for sure. Like, Brander, Austin, and Colin are the front runners. And this one is really a toss-up, in my opinion. I don't know what they're going to do.
What I will say is, I would have put in Hugh Jackman also. I loved him in The Sun. But it seems like I was the only person who really liked that movie.
Yeah, it's got a lot of mixed reactions, for sure.
Yeah.
So if either Brander or Colin win, I'm a happy guy. Cause like,
since he's just he just got thrown in there. Like a lot of people wanted it, but they didn't expect it. So maybe
Yeah.
I was thinking also that that Hugh Jackman was getting the 5th spot, not Paul. So yeah,
It's interesting.
Great. So let's move on to the next one. We have lead actress. Do you want to read us through, Gal?
All right. Kate Blanchett for Tar. Ana de Armas, Blonde. Andrea Riseborough to Leslie. Michelle Williams in The Fablemans. And Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So yeah.
Not a fan of this category.
3 amazing performances and 2 that I would have definitely switched out. I would have...
Anna and Andrea.
I would have... Well, I haven't seen To Leslie, but I would have subbed them out for Danielle Deadweiler for Till and Margot Robbie for Babylon.
I second both of these. I haven't seen Blonde or To Leslie, which, again, I don't know if it's great for me just telling that I want them off without seeing it. But, like, just in general, Margot Robbie and... what's the name from Till?
Oh, Danielle Deadweiler.
Danielle Deadweiler delivered such amazing performances this year that I don't like that they're not here.
Wait, did you see Till?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Pretty
I
good.
cried at that movie.
Pretty good. And Michelle Williams, I'm not 100% sure. Like, yeah, I would have given her maybe the 5th spot. So yeah. But this is between Michelle Yeoh and Kate Blanchett. I think it's pretty obvious between the two of them. And I don't know, acting wise, I want to give it to Kate. I think she did amazing in that movie. Like, that was transformative. But I love Michelle Yeoh so much, so I can't in good conscience not give her this win.
David, who are you rooting for?
Well, to you know me, I love Ana de Armas, but I'm glad to see her get nominated. But maybe if I were to like look back at the year, I don't know if she necessarily deserves a spot, but great performance though, nonetheless. I'm with
Yeah,
Alan about Michelle Williams. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just agreeing with you that like I love her. I just don't think it was the right year for her.
I'm more happy for her
But
as a person than for the movie.
yeah. But
I
I
think
do agree with you, Alan, about Michelle Williams. It was a good performance, but I don't know if it's like nomination worthy.
Yeah,
I disagree with that.
like yeah, I'm more upset that Margot's not here.
Like, if this was between Kate Blanchett, Michelle Yeoh, Margot Robbie, Michelle Williams, that would be incredible competition. Because Margot Robbie should have been the discussion to even win after I saw Babylon. Right now, I think Kate Blanchett's like the front runner, but Michelle Yeoh has this wonderful narrative about her whole career and her character in this, and the movie is leading with 11 nominations. So I wouldn't say this one's in the bag yet.
Yeah, this one is one of the hardest ones to predict because there's basically two front runners. Like Michelle, Andrea, and Anna, they're just happy they're here. Like they're not getting anywhere near this Oscar unless Michelle and Kate split the vote enough that like
They tie.
They're like somebody else gets in just because of that. I don't know.
It's interesting about Andrea though, because apparently I guess it was like a legitimate social media campaign. Like everyone was just raving about her performance, and
I think it started with Kate Blanchett in like her Critics' Choice speech where she shouted out the performance, and then a couple other big actors started tweeting about it, and then a couple people in the film community, and then it snuck up above these bigger movies.
I gotta watch it now, I guess.
yeah.
Gotta watch Leslie.
Yeah. So, but either way, if Kate wins or Michelle Yeoh wins, I'm a happy guy. So let's move on to director. This one's a little bit more contentious. People are mad that there are no women here, and so that's a controversy around this one. And it's also like 5 white guys and like 1 Asian guy. So I understand why people are slightly upset about this. But yeah, Gal, do you want to read us in for this one?
All right. Martin McDonagh for the Banshees of Inisherin, finally with that directing nomination. The Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. First-time nominee Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans. Just kidding. He's a 22-time nominee now.
Jesus Christ.
Todd Field for Tar and Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness. If I would have switched out anyone, it would have been Ruben Östlund, I think, for maybe James Cameron or Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front. Or Damien Chazelle if people had loved that movie more.
Yeah. Listen, Triangle of Sadness is my top 5 movies of the year. So I think the person that's least upset about this is me. And I still don't think she should be here.
Still a good movie.
I don't know. I enjoy Triangle of Sadness.
I loved it. It's in my top 5 of the year.
Yeah, people are like starting to like hate on it. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, it shouldn't be Best Picture. Oh, it's Best Director. Like, what?
Best Picture, I don't mind, but directing, I'd change.
I agree with Best Picture. It should definitely be there. I just think that, like Gal said, like just the 3 guys that Gal said, I think deserved it a little bit more from a directing standpoint. Nothing wrong with Ruben's directing; it's fantastic directing. But like, I just think those 3 guys achieved a little bit more when it comes to like.
I
their
think
movies.
he has that European flair that they love.
Yeah. So Todd Field was a happy surprise for me.
Yeah, I think he rose up when he got the Directors Guild nomination,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that he got in. I also saw his first movie last night called In the Bedroom, and just solidified that he's a fantastic director who I only found out about this year.
Yeah, same. I still have only seen Tar of the things he's done. So, okay. So who do you guys think is the more likely to win, and who do you want it to win? Let's start with you, David.
I'm not too strong on these nominees, unfortunately, but if it has to be anyone, it would have to probably be either Todd or Martin. But I'm afraid to say the Daniels might take this one, unfortunately. I'm gonna be so sad, but
Bringing out the negativity towards everything everywhere all at once. I'm here for it. Gal is not.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm joking. I'm like medium on the film. You know, like I really appreciate what it is. I'm just not that big on it, if that makes sense. But I appreciate
Wow.
like the filmmaking and all that.
Heartbroken.
And I still think they should be here, by the way. I just don't think they should win.
Well, I think they might win.
They
if
might
it's
win,
not Steven
yeah.
Spielberg. Because I think Steven Spielberg is the more traditional frontrunner here. But, you know, I think Daniels also have a great shot at screenplay. But people are just praising it as a stylistic wonder. So they may get directing.
You know, for more likely, I will go also with Steven Spielberg. With like the Daniels being second, I think the narrative is really coming into Everything Everywhere All at Once's like favor right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was gonna choose, I would go a little bit outside the box here, and I would put Todd Field. I think
It's excellent.
What he brought out of like his actors, especially with Kate, like the two of them did like a fantastic job in that movie.
He 100% deserves it because he kind of brings like an auteur voice to it. Even though I had never seen a movie of his before, I was like, wow, this is someone special.
Yeah, so let's move on to, I guess, what's the main event of the Oscars. Best Picture. You have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Benches of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Woman Talking. Not a lot of complaints here besides Elvis, right?
David, what are your thoughts on Elvis? Because we've talked about this before.
I thought it was fine. I think I like the story more, especially in his Las Vegas years. It's very heartbreaking stuff. But it's just in terms of film overall, I don't know. It did feel a little generic, you know.
Yeah.
And sure, it does have Baz Luhrmann's style, which I do enjoy more than most. And but it does kind of hinder Austin's performance. Because you can see the commitment, the greatness in it, but with all the edits and the flashiness, it's just
You
Yeah.
just feel distant from him.
Every time that like a random song from 2010 shows up, I just want to shoot myself.
I hate it when he does like remixes and stuff like that.
I'm
The
watching.
song is great as it is.
Exactly, like Elvis has so many good songs. Why
And
the
then they
hell?
put Doja Cat.
Why the hell are you playing Doja Cat over Elvis on an Elvis biopic? Whatever.
So, David, I think I know the answer to this, but what was your biggest snub in Best Picture?
Well, I just don't get why Babylon is being
It's
like
ridiculous.
scraped under the rug. It's sure it's a little divisive, or maybe it's a lot divisive, but it's an incredible film no matter what.
I mean, I thought like if Don't Look Up or Vice could get like 50-60% and get a Best Picture nomination, why can't Babylon? Because I thought like the people who liked it were vocal enough for it to get in here. And it got in for SAG, Golden Globe.
Yeah, I'm so pissed off that it's not here.
Too many nominations, you know? Just might as well give one of them to Babylon, you know?
Yeah. I'm happy Top Gun is here though. That was a fun
Yes,
surprise.
I guess I don't know if it's controversial, but yeah, out of all these nominees, Top Gun Maverick should win.
Ooh, interesting. I love that.
I would
All
love
Quiet.
if that happened. That would be insane.
It has the passion behind it, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But it definitely has the love. But I love that All Quiet on the Western Front had like this resurgence. Like we talked about it in October and we were hoping it would go big. And then it kind of disappeared. And then like a week or two ago when it got 14 BAFTA nominations, everyone was like, yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front. And now it's back.
Yeah. I also would have liked to see the Woman King in here.
0 nominations for that
Zero
movie.
nominations.
Not even costume, bro.
Zero, really.
So yeah, and I wanted to go for Best Picture, not to win, but like I think it would have been like my 10th pick, maybe.
Maybe they didn't want to nominate 2 movies called Woman.
Okay, so I'll go first. I think my favorite and who I wish. I actually have 2 that I would like to win. Again, I think Top Gun would be an incredible pick. It would be crazy. But my favorite out of this is The Fablemans, so I would say The Fablemans. But I don't think it's winning. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is winning.
Me too. Unfortunately. I think the only ones with a genuine shot right now are Banshees, Everything Everywhere, and The Fablemans.
Yeah, Banshees is the second one for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think, David?
Again, Top Gun Maverick for me, because to be in my, I don't know what the exact rules, obviously, like what the requirements or that goes into deciding the stuff, but Top Gun Maverick, it's, I don't know if it's but maybe it is. It's the cinematic experience of last year. It brought people back to the theaters. It's beloved by, you know, a lot of people. It's a shared experience that we all went through, and it was amazing technically too, because you know it was shot really well. Great story. It's you know, it's like an 80s modern blockbuster, which is a winning combo in today's movie library. So I don't know, it should win in my opinion in terms of best picture. But it looks like Everything All at Once is gonna win. But Banshees I could see winning. The Fablemans for sure. Or I don't know, who knows? Maybe Avatar will just be like,
if Elvis wins this, do we all just kill ourselves?
Oh my god. If Elvis wins, that's worse than Green Book. That's even worse than Crash, in my opinion. Like, I think this is I guess it's kind of harsh, but I do think this is like maybe the worst Best Picture nominee in a couple years. Maybe besides Vice.
Wrong. Yeah, Vice was bad.
Actually, I honestly thought Vice at least like had its message better told. Yeah.
I think I had too many expectations for Vice, maybe. But whatever. I think Elvis was a worse movie than Vice. So.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other Oscar things that happened that you would like to bring it up to the group to discuss?
I guess I saw going around, and I guess Decision to Leave didn't get nominated, right?
That was a huge surprise because it seemed like it was finally going to be Park Chan-wook's moment. I want to see it soon. I haven't seen it, but did The Handmaiden even get nominated for international? I think it did.
Most likely, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, so maybe he has been nominated, but like it's definitely a surprising one considering how beloved it was.
Yeah, for sure.
One more thing I will throw out.
Go for it.
I was hoping to see Nope at least get nominated for visual effects, maybe on the optimistic side, cinematography, and that unfortunately didn't happen.
Why is Elvis in Best Film Editing? Can someone explain this to me?
Fun fact, they also nominated Vice and gave it to Bohemian Rhapsody for the win.
God. Why do they do that?
I love the movie.
I think it's this category is turning into most editing instead of best editing.
Can we agree though that our beloved snubbed Babylon should win Best Score?
It's looking good right now. It's looking good.
It's been I've not been able to stop listening to it for the past 4 days since I watched the movie.
There you go.
His only real threat is John Williams, and I don't know, man. Doesn't seem strong.
It's just kind of like sad to like, based on the awards, it's like it's the only good thing about that movie is the score. It's like no, it's the cinematography, the performances.
It's only nominated for. We'll get into it.
It's such a good movie, man. We're gonna talk about it more soon, but like, disrespectful.
Film Fanatics. From the silver screen to your earphones with Alan Azulay and Gal Balaban.